Um, yeah, I know Nev is streaming, so I hope nobody comes over here. Well, it is the 4th of July, and I'm home, as you can tell. I have my face mic and all my stuff back. But I was feeling sad today and happy and all of these things just now. I'm tired. I finally got home after a long drive with the kids, and this trip was really good. It was a lot of fun. And like I said last night, I got to spend time with them, and I've missed that. But I was watching the fireworks today, and I don't know if anybody really knows this. In the, it's a tradition in Sea of Thieves. It used to be that before you were able to captain a ship, you were able to own your own ship. You would burn the ship at the end of every game. So now, because you have your own ship, like you don't want to burn your ship because it costs money to repair it. So um, I don't know how many people do this, but I know I do this at the end of every game. At the end of every game of Sea of Thieves, I set off fireworks, and it's one of those ones where it's like instead of burning the ship, you set off fireworks, and I try to collect as many fireworks as possible in the game, um, to set off at the end, and and I was watching the fireworks as my kids are setting them off in the cul-de-sac at one of the neighbors, and I was watching it, and I was enjoying the time, and I was getting eaten up by mosquitoes. I was like, I have to come inside, but they're out there shooting Roman candles, which is fine. I usually like, but I got really reflective, introspective. I got really introspective, realizing what lies ahead. And I sort of I sort of feel like I was watching these fireworks get shot up. And I love fireworks. I love fireworks. I do. I love fireworks. They are literally, it sounds like a war zone outside right now, because yay, Texas. But I I feel like it's almost I know this sounds really corny. Yeah, I don't even care how it sounds. I feel like I'm at the end of a game. Like I was at the end of a game of Sea of Thieves, and shooting off the fireworks. And it made me sad. And it made me nervous, and it made me grateful. And like I don't know what happens next. I mean, I do sort of know what happens next because there's some like major things that are happening, but smooth seas don't make skilled sailors. I was watching these fireworks, which I absolutely love, and I felt like, yeah, thanks, Paragon. I did make it home safely. Obby. Now I smell like fireworks. But usually at the end of every Sea of Thieves stream, I set off fireworks. Even if it's like two or three, I set them off. I make sure it is my tradition. And I used to be, um, I would set the ship on fire. but I don't because I own the ship now, so I want to take care of it. So I shoot off fireworks instead, which makes me so happy because I love fireworks and I like setting them off in the game. And I just, I don't know, call me sentimental or call me, I don't know. I think it's somewhat poetic. I think it's a little bit poetic that I was sitting there and I was watching all these fireworks go up and I was watching this and it was just like, and some of them looked very much like the fireworks in Sea of Thieves and like, okay, okay. This part is over. There's this part of my life is over. And I'm not saying what lies ahead is bad. I'm not saying that what is ending is good because it's neither one of those things. It's starting something different. It's being someone different. And it's scary and it's beautiful. And I don't know. I was I was watching the fireworks and I was watching all these things and I was thinking to myself, what a beautiful way to end. And I think that that's what I think on when I set off the fireworks, the fake fireworks in Sea of Thieves is I think it's it's a fun way to end a game, to end that game um, at the end of the night. Because even if you have a really shitty gameplay, and I've had some, I'm always leaving the game a little happy because setting off the fireworks makes me happy. And I was watching the fireworks, and I thought, what a beautiful way to close a chapter and begin a new one. And I don't know what lies ahead. I think I'm tired. I'm also tired from the drive. It was a long drive and it was just so I'm feeling a little bit more sentimental than normal, I think. It really does sound like a war sound. All the fireworks. But, this is not going to be a long one. Uh, I didn't mean to go live on Twitch. It wouldn't let me go. Like, Streamlabs wouldn't let me. Anyway, sorry, Nev. I'm not going to stay on long. I promise. I am going to be okay. And being sad, as my therapist says, being sad is probably one of the most complex and beautiful emotions. And I have I have found peace. Hi, Calvino. Hi, young poke gamer. I have found peace with what lies ahead. scary as fuck. And I have no idea what's going to happen. And it's a lot of change. But watching the fireworks tonight was a really great reminder that, oh, thank you. Thank you for the follow. It was a really, really great reminder of celebrate even the chapters that are closing and usher in the new ones. I love fireworks. I think they're great. There was one that they shot off earlier. It's called Crush City, and I was living for it. It was awesome. If it helps, throw some Earl Grey in a pool. Earl Grey, like the tea. Oh, ha 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 ha! Tea party, get it? Ha. Okay. Mouse is not happy that we were gone for a week, or that the fireworks are going off. But I love fireworks, and it really just made me think. It really made me think, and it was. I'm not going to try and go long and on a diatribe. Is I was watching these fireworks, and some of them that got set off looked very much like my game, and it reminded me that endings can still be happy. It doesn't have to be sad. It can be scary, but it doesn't have to be sad. I mean, it's going to be sad somewhat, but I mean, it's that whole bittersweet thing. But time out, Pepe. Um, I don't know. I could use all the metaphors about independence and freedom and blah 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 blah. But I mean, whatever. The thing is you know what? I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll be that corny motherfucker. I'll be that corny motherfucker because even when we fought to free ourselves from America or from Britain because we knew it was time. We knew we had to fight. And it could have gone either way. We could still be part of the British Empire, but whatever. I mean, they had no fucking clue either. They didn't know how to start a country. They were fucking farmers and lawyers, diplomats. You know how to start a country? We weren't even really a country. We were just like a whole bunch of people spread out all over the world. Like they didn't know what they were doing either. They just did it because they knew it was right. They weren't perfect. Our founding fathers were fucked up. You really, really the fucked up assholes. If you know anything about American history, if you know anything about our presidents, which I do because I'm a history fanatic, like they were assholes and they were fucking white and privileged and I could go on to that on all on its own, but as white and as privileged as they were, they still started a country. They took it from the Native Americans, which is bullshit, but I'm not even gonna get started that either. But let's go back even further. It was one of that that's being nice. I mean, you right, like every great civilization, and I'm not saying that America's great because we're not, because I'm a woman, I'm a half Filipino woman. I got very little rights. What I'm saying is And speaking of history, every every great moment in history, every great thing that has been started because something had to end for something new to begin. And that goes in nature too. It's just the natural cycle of life. And so tonight we set off all the fireworks. And I know that we didn't set them off for me, but I sort of like to pretend. I like to pretend that I am setting off these fireworks so that I can end one chapter, close it out, and still enjoy it so that I can start something new. And I'm being sentimental and I'm being mushy. And you know what? That's okay. I'm okay with that because I don't know what lies ahead of me. I don't know what's beginning. And I certainly don't know how to move forward. Neither did neither did when they signed that Declaration of Independence. When they signed it, it was a Declaration of Independence that it could just as easily, if we had lost the American Revolution, we could have just as easily been signing their death warrants. They had no idea because when they signed the Declaration of Independence, that wasn't the end of the war. I think, like, really look back on it, that wasn't the end. That was the basically that was the beginning slash middle. When they signed the Declaration of Independence, they didn't know whether it was going to be their death warrant or it was going to be their freedom. They didn't know. They just knew that this is what was right for them, for the country. And and even then, half of the half of the Congress didn't want to sign. And they signed under duress, but I won't even get into that. That's a whole history lesson on that. But and you're right, Peppa. They took a big leap into the unknown. It could have just as easily been their death warrant, but it wasn't. So, just like my show suggests, we're in the middle of this ride. And just because you reach the end of a chapter doesn't mean you're finished yet. It doesn't mean I'm finished yet. My kids are back. So I'm going to go. But thank you for listening to my mushy history lesson.